Hey, it's Kristin and I have some July favorites for you. I'm actually filming this on the 4th, so it might actually get up. If you're in the States, I hope you had a great 4th of July weekend, and if you're not, I hope you just had a great weekend. I just decided I would get this one up. I have a bunch of other ones kind of pre-filmed that will go up in the next sort of week and a half, but I didn't want my favorites to wait so long, so I thought I would take advantage of some time today and go ahead and get these going for you. So let's just get started. So the first thing that I showed in the haul relatively recently, and that is the quad from Chanel. I'm looking at what the name is here. I don't know. I cannot speak French. I took it for a few years, but I cannot speak it. So I will list it below. But it's the one for summer. I'm going to grab the brushes out of here. And it's just these beautiful, very sort of summery shades, and then that beautiful green in there as well. What I've been doing a lot of, and what I have today, is I just take this mid shade right here and I go all over my lid with that and up into the crease. That is all that I have on my lid today, and just a little bit of Mac Blanc type underneath my brow bone. And I took just the tiniest bit of this here on the inner corner. I feel like you can get a lot of looks out of it. You can get a basic kind of like I did today, one shadow look, something easy breezy. Well, I guess two with the inner corner, but, and then you also can get something kind of deep, dark, and smoky. So there are the 4 shades right there. And I'm just going one time around and one time on my finger. So you can see, like I said, Chanel quads can be very hit or miss. This one absolutely is a hit. All right, something that is not something you can go and purchase, and I try not to talk about limited edition products, but I don't remember, I've mentioned this in a video recently, I don't remember what it was, but one of my longtime subscribers had asked me to see if there was a dupe for another shade in this palette, and I pulled it out, and I have been using this top color ever since, and actually a little bit of the outer corner you can see. This is the, sorry, let me tell you, this is the Wet n Wild Gilded Age. Now, I think when I looked the last time, you could still find them on Amazon. I could be wrong. If I can find something, I'll link it. But mostly, shop your stash. If you have this, pull this out. It's a great summertime palette. So this is just the beautiful sort of, not sort of, actual lid color. And then there's a crease, and then the eyelid that they call the eyelid. Those are the shades. I mean, they are just perfect for summer. And that, again, one swipe of each there. That middle shade, just gorgeous all over the lid. You could use it like a champagne base if you want or something, but just, I love it. So if you have that, head into your stash, pull it out, and give it some love. So speaking of shopping your stash, first of all, let me give a big welcome to all of the new subscribers that came over to me from Emily's channel. I hope that you enjoy my videos, and thank you for being here. And to all of my subscribers that have been around forever, welcome back. I wanted to just give a mention to this. When doing the singles cruise and going through all of my singles, I fell in love with them again, like a lot of them again, but the ones that just really are stars of the show are the L'Oreal Infallibles. I mean, so I have this one just on my lower lash line today. This is the one in Endless Sea, and I just happened to grab Bronze Taupe, Amber Rush. I mean, they're just such, I know they're one of the more expensive singles at the drugstore, but they are so worth it. Just really, really worth the money. So I just wanted to give another little mention to, if you haven't seen the singles cruise, I will list that below for you guys. It really was a fun video. I had so much fun, and so that was kind of the last week in June where we were shopping our stash and using our singles. But so break out your Infallibles if you haven't been using them. Just my 2 cents on that. Okay, I have a couple of face things that I wanted to talk about. One is this Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer. So in the summer, a lot, I will use bronzers like this, just as a bronzer blush, sort of like, you know what I mean, like all in one, where I'm not using separate products. I also like to use this when I'm wearing a red lip. I feel like using a bronzer over a blush, just, I don't know, for some reason it pulls together a red lip better for me. So I'm going to give you a little swatch on my finger and a swatch on my hand. So that is what this looks like. It's just so pretty. So pretty. Gives the nicest sheen, but not too much. It's absolutely stunning. This one was a gift for me from my friend Lorna, but I know that it's, and she lives in another country, but I know that it's available at Ulta. So, and lastly, and I understand that this is a really expensive product. I cannot tell you how many times I've used this. I mentioned this, I think, in my April favorites, if I remember correctly, but I like it so much I really wanted to mention it again. And this is the by Terry Sun Designer palette in number 2 Light and Tan Vibes. Again, I understand this is very, very expensive, but it's beautiful. So this is what I'm wearing on my face today. And and I just have the blush. I kind of have these two combined here on my cheeks, and then I have this over where I have, you know, my other bronzer. And I want to say, not only do I use this on my face, but I can use this all over. I use this for my eyes. I have done probably at least 5 or 6 times this month where I used, let me try to do this, like this on my lid and this in my crease, or this in my lid and this in the crease. I have used this for my whole face. It's quick, it's easy, it stays put. I really like it. If you're interested in a video where I show how I use this, you know, like this and only this on my face, let me know and I will absolutely do that for you guys. All right, one last makeup actual product, I think, and that is the Bobbi Brown. It doesn't have the thing on the bottom of this, exactly what type of Bobbi Brown lipstick it is, but it's in the shade in Almost Pink, which is what I'm wearing. I've been meaning to talk about this for several months now. I just keep forgetting. This is just such a nice go-to, throw it on, easy breezy, not too light, not too dark. Doesn't make me look like Death Warmed Over, but gives me a little color on my lips. A nice sort of sheen to it. I really like this. And I can't remember what the type of the formula is, but I will list it below for you, of course. So I wanted to give that a mention. That was really the only lip thing that I wore multiple times this month, aside from, of course, Marc Jacobs Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, because I'm working that one. Speaking of, there will be an update on my Makeup Use Up 2016 here within the next week or so. All right, couple brushes I want to talk about. First one is this e.l.f. brush. I think it's called the e.l.f. blending brush. The name is not on here, but so it's the one that looks like this, and it looks like this from the side. I do not have the Sephora version of this. I feel no need to get the Sephora version of this. This is amazing. It works really, really well, not only for foundation, when you put your foundation on, but you can use it for a powder product if you want to do a little bit of contouring, especially around your hairline. You can use it with cream products. I love this brush. I think it's great. I think this one is maybe $6, something like that, but totally worth it, and it cleans up very well. Foundation comes out of it very well. I'm a big fan of that. And then lastly, in the brush realm sort of things, the one that I had, you know, written down, I always keep a list throughout the month of the things that I want to talk about for my favorites, and is the MAC 221 brush. So I apologize, I have used this recently and haven't had a chance to wash it, but I want to compare it to the Sigma E21, which, right, no, E36, which is, you know, one of my favorite brushes, but I'm always looking for, you know, other options. So you can see, however, though, that even though these are similar, the Sigma one is more narrow, and I like the Sigma one more for just kind of really on the outer edge. Just, you guys, the wind is blowing so hard that the blind that I have here to kind of tone down the light a little bit, it was like centimeters from knocking my camera over. Just one of those days. So this one I like for doing something really kind of on the edge. It's, you know, Emily and I both call this the wispy white brush. Works really well for that. But if you have, maybe your eyes aren't very large, and you have trouble finding a crease brush that works, you know, I have to look in my mirror, so to really kind of get, you know, a shade in right here, this MAC 221 is really, really nice and works really well for that. So I wanted to give that a quick mention. I have one body care thing and then a fragrance thing, and then I'm done except for a fail. And this, I talked about this in my empties, which you will see coming up here, but this is the Nivea In Shower Body Lotion. This is the one for very dry skin, and this is empty. I've used it up and since purchased a new one. I am blown away by this. So this was a gift from my friend Jamie from her Late Night Cravings a long time ago, and I had it in my cupboard and just never used it. And then I pulled it out, I don't know, about a month and a half or so ago. This works really well. I am so blown away by this. So this is, if you've never heard of this before or something like this, after you like have, you know, cleansed yourself, whatever, like your last step before you get out of the shower is you use this In Shower Body Lotion all over, kind of like a conditioner for your body, and then rinse it off and get out. And you legitimately do not have to put on moisturizer, like your body moisturizer. Now, I very much like the routine of a shower, of getting out, putting on my moisturizer. Like, I kind of like that. But sometimes when I'm in a little bit of a hurry, or when it's hot outside and it's kind of sticky and humid and you don't really want to put a moisturizer over you, and you don't need to because it's not as dry like it is here in the winter, this is great. Absolutely. Really like this, so give it a shot. All right, lastly, I wanted to talk about fragrance a little bit. I don't often talk about fragrance, I mean here and there, but so I recently picked up this, I think it's called Amen from somebody Mugler. It's Amen Pure Tonka Theory, I have no idea. You guys probably know and you're like, Kristin. But so it looks like this. So this is definitely a male fragrance. However, I like adding sometimes kind of some deepness and richness to some of my other scents, especially in the summer, that I have lighter scents that I want to kind of carry into evening or something like that. So over the past year, I've started mixing my fragrances, you know, like on me and seeing what I like and what I don't like. It's just, I don't know, something I've been playing around with. So I have been mixing this with this, which is the Aran Mediterranean Honeysuckle. I've talked about this before. I absolutely love this. This is very fresh and florally, and this is very deep, and the combination of them is really delightful. So lastly, a couple of fails. I just wanted to quickly say I did return both the Becca face palette and the Becca eye palette. I know some people love them. I just didn't love them. I didn't think they were worth the money for me. I think I will end up getting Champagne Pop like in this single because I did like that. I actually liked Prosecco Pop a little bit better, but that one's not going to be sold by itself. I did see though on, I think it was Jacqueline's Snapchat, that they're going to be selling duos with like a blush and a highlight in it. So I may get one of the Prosecco Pops that way. I'm not really sure, but I just didn't like the blushes in that palette. I didn't think they blended very well compared to the other Becca blushes that I have. So I decided to return that, and I did return the eye palette because I did not have one of the good ones. So those were kind of a fail for me. And then the other fail, and I intended to show you before I returned it, but timing wise it didn't work out. But I'll show a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about, or here. One of the other. And that's the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer. It was the turn-up stick, and then, you know, you would put it on your eyes, and did not work. It didn't even work with my double prime method. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I have, like, the only part of my body that is oily is my eyelids. So I always have to use an Urban Decay Primer Potion, and then MAC Painterly over that, and that will stop my eyelids, or my eyeshadows for the most part from creasing, unless it's not a very good eyeshadow. And the Kat Von D, I did it by itself. I did it over the Painterly. I tried it a bunch of different ways, and every time my shadows creased. So that ended up being a fail and had to go back. But I think that is everything. So I hope you guys had a great month of June, and that you're starting out and having a great month of July. Thank you so much for watching, and in everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye!